Hey guys, it's Luke. In this video, we're going to talk about how we can ask for information in English, something we usually need to do. Now, this is of course a very important skill. Before we get started with that though, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button so that you can see all my future videos. And also, if you like the video, give it a like. That helps me out. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get started. There are so many different situations in which we would need to ask for information, get information. This is often called an inquiry, sometimes an inquiry. We inquire, we ask for information. That's what inquiry means. This could be calling customer service to ask what happened to something that you have, or ask about your flight. Maybe it's to call about tickets to a concert, to ask some information about that. There are so many different ways to do this. We're going to look at how you can do it very generally in English using a specific situation. So I want to be clear. We're going to talk about one case, one example, one situation, so that we can focus our expressions so that they'll all kind of make sense to you. I'm going to fit them around this situation, but I'm not trying to teach you about this situation. Okay, we're going to talk about a tour, asking about a tour. I'm not teaching you about tours. I'm trying to teach you some phrases you can use to ask for information. These can be used very generally in many different situations. So I'm going to imagine that I am on a vacation. And now that I'm on a vacation, I want to find some things to do. This is based on my real life, a real phone conversation I had that I remember. So it's real for me. I'm trying to make it real for you. I wanted to go on a coffee tour, a tour of a coffee farm, because I was in Colombia, and Colombia is famous for coffee. So my wife and I wanted to go to a coffee farm. We wanted to take a tour. Okay, many different options. So I was checking on the internet. I was looking around. I wanted to get as much information as possible. I found one company that looked pretty good, and so I decided to call them. I got the number, I called them up, they answered, and so we'll take it from there. Now remember, this is just a way to learn these expressions, but we're going to focus it around this situation. So they answered the phone, hello, and then I said hello, and then I wanted to just check if I was speaking to the right person. So I said, am I speaking to someone? Am I speaking to someone? Or I could say, am I speaking with someone who can help me book the coffee tour? Now, I didn't say I want to book the coffee tour. First, I need to make sure I'm talking to the right person. Or, hello, I'm inquiring about the coffee tour. I'm inquiring about the coffee tour. Then, add the same thing. Am I speaking with the right person? Am I speaking to the right person? Then they might say, yes, this is blah, blah, blah tours. Yes, that's right. We work with the blah, blah, blah coffee farm. Great. Then I say, great. Then I say why I'm calling, my basic reason. You want to get to that pretty quickly. You don't want to spend too much time chatting or talking about other stuff. You don't need to introduce blah, 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 so many things. Just get to the point. Get to the point. People say that about my videos. Hey man, just get to the point. All right, let's get to the point. So they say yes. I say great, great. I just have a few questions. I just have a few questions, or I'd like to ask a few questions, if that's okay. Now that one's very polite. I'd just like to ask a few questions, if that's okay. Or I'd like to ask a few questions, if that's okay. Or could I ask some questions? Now that one might be considered a little more direct, not rude, certainly, but definitely a bit more direct, okay? The most, I think, polite or indirect way to ask this one is, I just wanted to inquire about a few things. Now that one might feel a little too formal. If you say, I just want to, or I just wanted to, want or wanted, both are okay, then they'll say, oh yes, that's fine. It does feel a little serious. I don't think I would actually say that one in most situations, unless it's a very, very formal situation, unless what's going on is very serious. Then I'll say, oh, I would just like to inquire about that. So serious, right? Just a coffee tour. So I would rather say, could I ask a few questions? Or I'd like to ask a few questions, if that's okay. Now again, on their side, this is pretty easy. They just say, yes, of course. Oh, sure, of course. Go ahead. Then the rest of the conversation is me just asking the questions. Now I want to be as polite, as respectful as possible. Notice when I said before, I just wanted to. That makes it less direct. Often speaking less directly feels more polite. So I'm going to ask some questions of this person. They're questions I need to know the answers to, or I'd like to know before I would make a decision about booking the tour, right? Notice I'm not asking too directly. I don't know this person. I'm just wondering if you have both full day and half day tours. What would be the direct way? Do you have full day and half day tours? Yes. Can you say that? Of course. Of course you can. Yes. But I prefer when I'm speaking with someone I don't know who may be able to help me with something I want, I will be a little indirect. I'm just makes it sound like no big deal. Wondering, thinking about that, if you have both full day and half day tours. Now, that's not a question, is it? I'm just wondering. No, it's not. But it works like a question because you don't have to say, do you? Do you? No. They know that you're trying to get information, so they will answer it. We have both full day tours and half day tours, and in fact, we do week-long tours. What's a week-long tour? Do you think you could tell me about the different packages you offer? Packages are the different things like half-day tour, full-day tour, right? Sounds a little strange to say, do you think you could tell me? Yes, of course I think I could. I'm not an idiot, right? I'm capable of it, so the answer is yes. Well, that's not what the question is really asking. If someone says, do you think you could do this? It means, please do this. I'd like you to do this. This is what I'm asking you to do, right? So we say, do you think you could? Very common when we're making an inquiry, when we're trying to get information, okay? Or when we want to ask somebody to do something very politely. Do you think you could close the window? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I feel much better now. I was a little cold. Do you think you could open it again? I'm starting to feel hot. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just curious about the total cost. I'm just curious. Again, can we say this directly? Yes. How much does each tour cost? How much does each tour cost? That's fine. Oh, yes. Well, the half-day tour is $56 per person, and the full-day tour is $112 per person. Okay. Thank you very much. After each bit of information, you could say, okay, got it. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I see. All right. Sometimes we just say, all right, when we want to acknowledge that we've heard something. I'd like to know if there is a family discount option or a family discount. I'd like to know if there's a family discount. Again, directly, is there a family discount? Yes. We do offer a family discount package for a whole family going together, father, mother, and children. We offer a 10% discount. Something like that would be maybe the answer. What about cats? Are cats considered family? If my cats go on the tour with me, I want to find out if the tour includes lunch or not, because I need to know whether I should pack something to eat or not. I want to find out. Now, that's usually one of the earlier questions, the first or second question. I want to find out, or I'm trying to find out. This is a way to ask something that maybe we couldn't find on the website. The website says most of the information I need, but I just have one question. I read everything on the website. I understand the prices. I understand what happens on the tour. Looks good. Looks fun. I want to find out, does the tour include lunch? Because if not, I need to pack something. Actually, it does include lunch for the full day tour, but for the half day tour, it does not. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, thank you very much. That's all I wanted to know. Okay, now let's imagine for a second that I asked the lunch question. Do you have lunch? We offer lunch for the full day tours. Okay. Oh, one more thing. I have one more question. Oh, yes? What is the name, by the way, what is the name of the farm where the tour happens? I'm just curious. I wonder if you could tell me the name of the farm where the tour happens. So we can use one more thing, or just one more thing, or one more question, or by the way. Sort of a quick thing to add on. It's a great way to add another question without making the other person feel a little impatient. Could you let me know how long the whole thing takes? Could you let me know how long? Let me know means tell me. Same thing, right? Asking fairly directly. Could you let me know? You could say, could you tell me? Can you tell me? It's okay. But I think let me know is a little less direct, a little more polite, sounds more polite. And then how long the whole thing takes. How long is about time, right? Whole thing. The half-day tour is 5 hours and the full-day tour is 8 hours. 8-hour tour. That is pretty long. When we were in Colombia, we did the half-day tour. I can't remember the name of the farm. But if you're ever in Colombia, in a city called Medellin, make sure you do the coffee tour. If you want to check out my other video about that coffee tour, make sure you do. Now, for exact time and location, it's often best to be very specific, maybe to be less direct. So we use when, we use where, or what time and where, because we don't want to have any misunderstandings about this, because location and time, they're very important when we're trying to get information, when we're inquiring about information, right? So when I want to ask this one, I won't say, do you think you could tell me, or could you please let me know? I won't say anything like that. I'll just directly say the question. No misunderstandings are possible here. Where would we get picked up? Where will you pick us up? Right? Maybe there's a bus that comes to the hotel and we need to get on the bus at this time in the morning, 9:30. Get on the bus. Go. Where? In the parking lot of the hotel? At the corner? Where? Be specific. The question is specific. That means the answer will be specific, right? For sure. And what time is pickup? Then the answer will be, the pickup location is just outside the hotel in front of the front door. So we'll pick you up right at the front door, and the pickup time is 9:25 in the morning, 9:25. So be there at the front door at 9:25, and the shuttle bus will pick you up. Okay, thank you very much, I see. Now you always want to say thank you. Anytime you ask for information, you need to get information from someone, especially someone you don't know, a customer service person. It's always a good idea to thank them. We might say, I really appreciate it, or I appreciate all the help, or I appreciate you answering all my questions. All of those would be okay. All right, guys, well, that's it for this video, but remember, the questions and phrases we're talking about here can be used in so many other situations, so please remember that. Write them down if you need to. Practice them. Make your own dialogues. If you can really learn how to use these well, if these are natural for you to use because you've really studied them, you've really remembered them, then you're going to be able to speak very politely to people. Nobody will ever think, oh, you're being rude or too direct, right? Anytime you need to ask for information, you'll be able to do that without using the same phrase again and again. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? That's not good, right? People will think, oh, this person is so polite. And when someone thinks you're polite, they will be more willing to help you. They would like to give you more information because they appreciate that you're being polite. All right, guys, if you have any questions about this situation or similar situations, let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions about other videos you'd like me to talk about, movies and TV shows or other topics, again, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video. Give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.